The US military is always pushing the limits of technology to stay ahead of new threats. Right now, it's testing some of the most advanced and nerve-wracking ground vehicles ever made. Not only are these new machines built to withstand the worst battle conditions, but they will also change the way modern warfare is fought. These vehicles look like something from a science fiction movie. For many people, it's an exciting but terrifying look at what war will be like in the future. The US military has used some famous vehicles for decades, and they have been the mainstay of ground combat missions. The M113 is one of these vehicles. It's a simple yet very useful armored personnel carrier. The M113 was first used in 1960 and got the nickname Battle Taxi because it was used to safely take soldiers to the front lines, where they would get off and fight next to tanks. The M113 is used by armies all over the world. Not just in the United States. As time went on, threats changed and newer technology started to work faster than the M113 could. This led to the M2 Bradley's introduction in 1983. It was an infantry fighting vehicle, IFV, that added a new level of firepower and protection to the battlefield. The Bradley was not just for transportation like the M113. It was also made for reconnaissance and could provide suppressive fire to support infantry. It could hold a 9-man squad, which gave it a real presence on the battlefield. For years, it helped shape how US forces did mechanized infantry operations. Its role in recent wars showed how useful it was, and the military came to rely on the Bradley. But as war changed again, so did what the US Army needed. This is how the Armored Multi-Purpose Vehicle, AMPV, came to be. The AMPV is not just a newer version of the M113, it is a big step forward in protection, survivability, and performance on the battlefield. The AMPV is built on the same chassis as the Bradley, which makes logistics and maintenance easier, which lowers costs. But unlike the Bradley, the AMPV focuses on support roles rather than frontline fighting. There are different types of AMPV, some of which are made to carry mortars, serve as mobile command centers, or even be used to evacuate sick people. Each version is made to help the bigger Armored Brigade Combat Teams, or ABCTs. These teams have a mix of vehicles and troops, and the AMPV is made to keep up with two of the Army's biggest guns, the M1 Abrams tank and the M2 Bradley. That means it needs to be able to move quickly, stay strong when shot at, and work well on all kinds of ground. A lot of live fire drills have been done to test how the AMPV works in battle situations where things are moving quickly. The point of these drills is to make sure that the vehicle not only survives but also helps ground maneuvers work together. Testing how these new machines work at events like the 2024 Maneuver Warfighter Conference has been very important. There, military leaders and their allies saw live demonstrations of how well the AMPV and other vehicles handle fake threats like IEDs, ambushes, and difficult attacks from the enemy. They look at every move, shot, and result to improve their tactics for the future. Before we move on, like the video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. No, let's move on with our video. The AMPV is just one part of a bigger change that is going on in the US Army. The military is actively looking into futuristic combat vehicles through programs like the Next Generation Combat Vehicle (NGCV) program. This big project wants to make new platforms that not only replace the old ones but also add features that were thought to be impossible. These include being able to fight back against advanced enemy technologies like cyber attacks, anti-tank missiles, and electromagnetic warfare. The U.S. Army's Ground Vehicle Systems Center in Michigan is doing a lot of this new work. Engineers and designers are testing prototypes that might look strange or unusual, but are full of the newest technology. One thing that interests me is robotic combat vehicles, or RCVs. These are unmanned vehicles that can move around on the ground and be controlled from a distance. They are supposed to do the most dangerous jobs so that people don't have to. Another exciting development is the Mobile Protected Firepower (MPF) vehicle, essentially a modern light tank. This vehicle gives infantry units a heavily armed, very mobile platform that can quickly respond to threats in close combat. It takes ideas from older vehicles like the M1128 mobile gun system, which had a great mix of speed and firepower. But the MPF goes even further. It has a 105mm tank gun, strong armor, and a powerful engine that lets it keep up with fast-moving infantry brigades and give direct fire support where it's needed most. The M10 Booker came from the same idea. The Army is trying to replace older vehicles like the M551 Sheridan with the M10, which was designed by General Dynamics. The Booker is strong, mobile, and very hard to take down, which makes it perfect for today's combat needs. It has a 105mm cannon, a set of machine guns, and modular armor that can protect it from roadside bombs and enemy fire. Its name and history connect it to American soldiers and commanders who changed history, which gives it a personal and symbolic touch that soldiers respect and embrace. These new combat vehicles have more than just weapons. They show that people are starting to think differently about war, moving towards smarter, more adaptable, and more human-centered ways of fighting. The goal isn't just to win the battle with brute force, it's also to do it with technology that makes the battlefield safer. Helps soldiers work together better, and gives commanders and soldiers in the field more options. As the US keeps making and testing these huge new machines, it's clear that the battlefield of the future will be very different. For a lot of people, this change is both amazing and a little nerve-wracking. But it shows a truth that modern armies must deal with. The only way to stay ahead is to keep coming up with new ideas. And so, somewhere in the dust and noise of a remote testing ground, these vehicles move forward. Each one is a symbol of the future of war, shaped by technology, tested by experience, and driven by the desire to protect those who serve.